This speech will deal with how inventions change history for better or for worse. Now, this is the story of the invention that changed the world. Imagine a machine that could cut 10 hours of work down to one. A machine so efficient that it would speed up people to do other things. Kind of like a personal computer. But the machine I'm going to talk to you about did none of this. In fact, it accomplished the opposite. In the late 700s, just as America was getting on its feet as a republic under the new U.S. Constitution, slavery was a tragic American fact of life. Even George Washington and Thomas Jefferson both became presidents while owning slaves. And knowing that this particular institution contradicted the ideals and principles of what they thought a revolution. But both men believed that slavery was going to die out as the 19th century growed. They were, of course, tragically mistaken. The reason was an invention, a machine that probably was about you about in elementary school have learned about it. Now, it was Mr. Ellie Whitney's cotton gin. The Yale graduate, 28 years old Whitney, had come to South Carolina to work as a tutor in 1793. Supposedly he was told by some local planters about the difficulty of cleaning cotton. Separating the seeds from the cotton leaves was tedious and time-consuming, of course. Working by hand, the slave could clean about a pound of cotton a day. But the Industrial Revolution was underway, and the demand was increasing. Large mills in Great Britain and New England were hungry for cotton, and cotton for mass-produced clothes. As the story was told, Whitney had an eureka moment and invented the gin, short for engine. The truth is that the cotton gin already existed for some centuries, but it was small and inefficient. In 1794, Whitney simply improved upon the existing gin and then patented his invention, a small machine that employed a set of cones that could separate seeds from leaves mechanically as the crank was turned. With it, a single worker could eventually clean from 300 to 1,000 pounds of cotton a day. In 1790, about 3,000 bales of cotton were produced in America each year. A bale was equal to about 500 pounds. By 1801, with the spread of the cotton gin, cotton production grew to 100,000 bales a year. After the destruction of the war, in 1812, production reached 400,000 bales a year. As America was expanding through the lands acquired the Louisiana Purchase in 1803, yearly production exploded to 4 billion bales. Cotton was king. It exceeded the value of other American products combined, about 3/5 of America's economic output. But instead of reducing the need for labor, the cotton gin propelled as if more slaves were needed to plant the king harvest, so cotton. Cotton gin and the demand of Northern New England factories recharted the course of American slavery. In 1790, America's first official census counted nearly 700,000 slaves. By 1810, 2 years after the slave trade was banned in America, the number had shot up to more than 1 million. During the next 50 years, the number exploded to nearly 4 million slaves in 1860, the age of the Civil War. As for Whitney, he suffered the fate of many inventors. Despite his patent, some planters easily copied his machine or made improvements of their own. You might say his design was pirated. Whitney made some little money with a device that transformed America. But to the bigger picture and the larger question, what should we make of the cotton gin? History has proven that invention can be double-edged swords. They often carry unintended consequences. For example, disposable diapers made life easier for parents, but they killed off diaper delivery service. And do we want landfills overwhelmed by dirty diapers? And of course, Einstein's extraordinary question opened a world of possibilities. But what if one of them was Hiroshima?